Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. I'm Gibson Naindwa.
And I'm Ash Harris. Today, we're diving into a topic that hits really close to home for so many of us, especially if you're a young adult navigating the wild, exciting, and sometimes overwhelmingly emotional world of college.
Absolutely, Ash. College is this incredible period of growth, independence, and new experiences. But let's be real, it's also a massive emotional crucible. You're away from home, new environment, academic pressure, social dynamics. It's a lot.
It really is. I remember my freshman year, I felt like I was riding this emotional roller coaster blindfolded. One minute I was on top of the world because I aced a midterm. The next I was convinced I was going to fail out because I couldn't figure out my laundry machine. Seriously, the little things can feel huge.
That's such a perfect way to put it. The stakes suddenly feel so much higher. And we're not just talking about academic stress, right? There's homesickness, relationship challenges, identity crises, financial worries. It all converges.
Exactly. And for a lot of young adults, this is the first time they're really experiencing these intense emotions without their usual support system right there. Your parents aren't around the corner, your childhood friends might be miles away. It can feel incredibly isolating.
Which is why understanding how to manage these emotional experiences is so crucial. It's not about avoiding negative emotions, that's impossible and unhealthy, but about developing the tools to navigate them effectively so they don't derail your entire college experience.
So, where do we even begin when we're talking about managing emotions in this context? I mean, when you're in the thick of it, feeling overwhelmed, it's hard to even know what to do.
That's the key, Ash. The first step, and it sounds simple but it's often the hardest, is simply acknowledging what you're feeling. Give it a name. Is it stress, anxiety, sadness, frustration, loneliness? Just labeling it can immediately reduce its power over you.
Oh, I totally get that. I remember one time I was just so inexplicably angry, like simmering with rage about nothing specific. And then I realised, oh, I haven't slept in 48 hours, I'm starving, and I just got a really low grade on a pop quiz I totally wasn't prepared for. It wasn't just anger, it was exhaustion, hunger, and disappointment masquerading as anger.
Precisely. Once you've named it, the next step is acceptance. And this is vital. Too often we try to fight our bad feelings. We tell ourselves, I shouldn't be feeling this way, or this is stupid. But resisting an emotion often makes it stronger.
Yeah, it's like trying to push a beach ball underwater. The harder you push, the more it wants to pop back up. So you're saying instead of fighting it, just let it be there?
Exactly. Acknowledge it, validate it. Tell yourself, it's okay to feel stressed right now. It's a normal response to my workload. Or it's understandable to feel lonely when I'm so far from home. This self-compassion is incredibly powerful. It doesn't mean you're wallowing, it means you're creating space for the emotion to exist without judgment, which paradoxically often helps it to dissipate or become more manageable.
That makes so much sense. I think a lot of us, especially in college, feel like we have to be strong all the time, or that showing any vulnerability is a weakness. But really, it's the opposite, isn't it?
It absolutely is. True strength lies in recognizing and addressing your internal world. So, once you've named it and accepted it, then you can move into active coping strategies. What are some of the go-tos you've found helpful, Ash, when you're feeling overwhelmed?
Oh, definitely stepping away from whatever is causing the immediate stress. If I'm staring at a problem set for hours and feeling that frustration build, I've learned to just walk away for 15 minutes. Go grab a coffee, listen to one song, walk around the block. Sometimes that little break is enough to reset my brain.
The power of a mental break is so underestimated, and it's not just about academics. If you've had a difficult social interaction, stepping away, perhaps journaling about it, or talking to a trusted friend can help process it before it festers.
Yeah, talking it out, that's a huge one. I used to keep everything bottled up thinking I was bothering people, But then I realised my friends actually want to support me just like I want to support them. And sometimes just saying it out loud, hey, I'm really struggling with X, makes it feel less heavy.
Building a reliable support network is fundamental in college. Whether it's a few close friends, a family member you call regularly, a mentor, or even a professor you feel comfortable with, knowing you're not alone in these struggles makes a world of difference.
And on that note, let's talk about the more formal support systems. Campus counselling services? Total game changer for so many people. I know there's sometimes a stigma around it, but honestly, it's just like going to a doctor for a physical ailment, but for your mind.
100%. College counseling centers are specifically designed to help students navigate these unique pressures. They're often free or low cost, confidential, and staffed by professionals who understand exactly what you're going through. It's a resource that everyone should feel comfortable utilizing.
Totally. And beyond external support, what about things we can do on our own, day to day, like proactive stuff?
Great question. Proactive strategies are where long-term emotional resilience is built. My absolute top recommendation is mindfulness. It doesn't mean meditating for an hour every day, though that's great if you can. It can be as simple as taking 5 deep breaths before a class, or truly focusing on the taste of your food during a meal.
I've tried that, and it's surprisingly effective. Just grounding yourself in the present moment, even for a minute, can pull you out of an anxious spiral about the past or future.
Exactly. And connecting to your body. Physical activity is a huge stress reliever. Whether it's hitting the gym, going for a run, joining an intramural sport, or even just dancing in your dorm room. Movement releases endorphins and helps regulate your mood.
Oh, absolutely. I noticed a massive difference in my mental state when I started making sure I got some form of exercise a few times a week, even if it was just a quick walk. It's like a natural antidepressant.
And let's not forget the basics that often get overlooked in college: sleep and nutrition. Pulling all-nighters and surviving on instant noodles might seem like a rite of passage, but it absolutely demolishes your emotional regulation. Your brain simply can't handle stress as well when it's deprived of rest and proper nutrients.
Preach. I learned that the hard way. My grades weren't the only thing suffering. My mood was all over the place. A proper sleep schedule, even just aiming for 7 hours, made such a difference. And hey, even grabbing some fruit from the dining hall instead of just pizza counts as a win.
Small wins lead to bigger ones. Another important strategy is setting boundaries. This is especially challenging in college, where there's always something to do, someone to see. But learning to say no to extra commitments, or even setting no study times for yourself, is crucial for preventing burnout.
Boundaries are tough, especially with social stuff. You want to be involved, you want to make friends, but you can't be everything to everyone. I had to learn that it's okay to miss a party or a group study session if I truly needed that time for myself to recharge.
Exactly. It's about self-preservation. And speaking of self-preservation, what about hobbies or creative outlets? Those things that aren't tied to academics or social obligations but bring you joy.
Oh, absolutely. For me, it was playing guitar, just messing around with chords, not worrying about being good, just enjoying the sound. For others, it might be painting, writing, photography, or even just building Legos. It's that space where you can just be without judgment or expectation.
Those moments of pure, unadulterated joy or focus can be incredibly therapeutic. They remind you that you're more than your GPA or your social standing. You're a whole, complex person with interests and passions.
And sometimes, when an emotional experience is particularly tough, like a breakup or a major disappointment, it can feel like the end of the world. But I've heard you talk about reframing, Gibson. Can you elaborate on that?
Of course, reframing isn't about denying the pain or pretending everything's fine. It's about looking for alternative perspectives once the initial intensity has subsided. For instance, a difficult academic setback might feel devastating in the moment, but later you might see it as an opportunity to learn better study habits or to realize that particular major wasn't actually for you. A breakup, painful as it is, could be a chance to rediscover yourself or understand what you truly value in a relationship.
So it's like finding the lesson or the silver lining, but not rushing the process.
Exactly. You have to allow yourself to feel the grief or disappointment first, but eventually, once you've processed those emotions, you can start asking, what can I learn from this? How can this experience help me grow? College is such a formative time for learning these lessons.
It really is. And I think one of the biggest takeaways from all of this is that emotional well-being isn't a destination, it's a journey. There will always be ups and downs, especially in a dynamic environment like college.
That's such an important point, Ash. There's no magical fix to never feel stressed or sad again. It's about building a toolkit, learning what works for you, and being patient and compassionate with yourself through the process.
And remember, everyone's experience is unique. What works for one person might not work for another. So experiment, try different strategies, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
Absolutely. Whether it's reaching out to a friend, utilizing campus resources like counseling services or peer support groups, or even just taking a moment to breathe and check in with yourself. Every little step towards managing your emotional well-being is a step in the right direction.
Because ultimately, your emotional health is just as important, if not more important, than your academic success. You can't truly thrive in one area if the other is neglected.
Well said, Ash. So, to all the young adults out there navigating college life, remember to give yourself grace. You're doing incredible things and it's okay to feel all the feels. Just make sure you're equipped to handle them.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope this conversation has given you some valuable insights and tools for managing your emotional experiences. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.
Bye, everyone.